the Audi TT 4 TFSI. So here I am in Germany. Amazing, and I'm very happy to be driving right now. It's the first time I've ever seen the Alps. It's amazing. And I get to drive this 2016 Audi TT, which is pretty awesome. Wow, it's a little slick this morning. Morning dew or something. It's a good thing we have all-wheel drive. And I have leave the traction control on because it is a little slick. And so yeah, I'm driving the 2016 Audi TT. It's the TFSI version. It's the Euro spec model, so it has 230 horsepower at around 4,500 RPM and 273 torque, pound-feet of torque at a low 1,600 RPM, and that lasts until about your horsepower kicks in. There is a little bit of a turbo lag. It's pretty minuscule though. So it has some nice low-down torque. It's pretty good power all across the rev band. Now compared to the TT in North America, this one makes about 10 more horsepower and about 15 more pounds-feet of torque. Just a different tune, I guess. I think the engine is exactly the same. As for the suspension, it's McPherson struts up front, and you have a multi-link setup in the rear. Going through the bends, it feels pretty planted. I'm not gonna lie. Initial turn in, I'm not completely. It doesn't give me a lot of confidence. Could be that the roads are a little damp. I'm not sure. The cabin, it's a really nice place to be. They changed it up for this generation quite a bit. They cleaned it up quite a bit. They instead of having your entertainment your screen on the dash here, they actually implemented it with the gauge cluster, and they actually did a really good job of it. You can play with the settings with the toggle down here and a few buttons. You can actually make the tachometer and the speedometer large or small. Navigation it's nice and big, and it's pretty easy to use. So this is how you use the nav. You can just spell things like this: M-N-A. Anyways, you get the idea. Although my one complaint about it is when you want to stop the navigation guidance, it's not all that intuitive. You actually have to go through a couple of different settings just to stop the guidance, to shut her up. But overall, it's a really nice layout. It's really well done. I like how they clean everything up. The all your climate controls are all built into the actual ventilation units, so it looks really nice. And keeping with the Audi TT tradition, they're still around. For storage, it's not too bad. You have a little map pocket in the doors here. A pretty nice little deep dish just ahead of the gear shift here. And so the center console, the armrest is pretty much useless, but it has a good amount of storage in there. And you have USB and auxiliary ports throughout, so it's pretty nice. Also for the storage, even though it's convertible, Samantha and I were both able to fit our luggage in the back. So 2 pieces of luggage, a backpack, and you can fit a couple of bags in there. It's a little shallow, but she'll go. 16-day trip, 2 people. TT convertible. Does the trick, man. Look at that. There's room to spare. And just the quality of the cabin here is just really nice. There's no cheap materials anywhere. It's all soft touch. even places where you don't really need to touch it. It's all soft and good quality. That's a really nice car. In the States, this car starts, I think, in the low to mid 40s, and you can top it out in the low 50s. Is it worth that money? I don't know. You'd have to drive it yourself. It feels, it feels Audi. It's really high quality. The motor's pretty good. Actually, let's do a little launch. That's pretty good. So the DSG, they claim somewhere in the mid 5 seconds, 0 to 60. A little more for the manual. I don't know, it feels pretty quick to me. It feels under 6 seconds to me. I can't test it out right now with my app. The steering feels really nice. It's nice and heavy weighted. It's not too heavy, but it has a nice sporty heavy feel. The steering wheel is really cool too. It has a flat bottom, nice 9-3 grips, and you get your 10-2 notches, and it just looks the part. It looks really cool. So I'm not the best heel-toe driver, and in fact I kind of suck at it, but I can do it a little bit. I find it a little challenging in this car because it doesn't blip up as quickly as I want it to match that rev. Brakes work really well in this car. I find they're a little touchy though. As soon as you're on them, it can give you a little jolt. Tires on this thing are, I think they're Bridgestones. They're 245, 35 all around. So all the pedals feel generally pretty nice in this car. And the shifter, I really like the shifter. It has a nice smooth engagement. It's not the shortest throw ever, but it's pretty short. And it has a nice solid notch. You can feel letting you know that you've engaged your gear. It's really easy to find the gears. It's nice and clean. Slow them down a bit for this town here, and then the roads open up and they get a little more fun and twisty. See, obviously it is a turbo, so there will be a hint of turbo lag. It's never going to be naturally, the feel of a naturally aspirated engine, but it's really not too bad. It's not bothersome at all. Some people actually like a bit of turbo lag. Adds to that little kick in your butt. So when you're in the lower gears, you don't notice it too badly. If you're on the highway, or if you're on a road like this and you're not in a higher gear, let's put it in fourth, for instance, kick it, nothing, and then it's really not too bad. Nothing for a split second, and then it kicks in. Lower down in second gear, it's almost negligible, really. Nice. Caught some traffic, unfortunately. Oh man, I might have to just circle back because we're in some fun part of the road here. This guy's not driving it like the way I want to. Spinning all four wheels. Traction control off. When it's off, you can feel it rotates a lot better. When it's on, you get some push, which is nice and safe. Wow, that sun is blinding. Yeah, the car through the corners here, it feels like on the initial entry, it just feels a little heavy. But then you feel the balance, and you can actually feel the rear end rotate, which is really nice. The brakes work pretty well. It's a fun car. fun car. Now this is a convertible, so it's a little heavier than the coupe, but that's okay, because for this year they actually incorporated a lot of aluminum in the chassis based on the GCI's platform. I think it's called MQB or something like that. Correct me in my comments below if I am wrong. So they shed about 110 pounds since the last year's model, actually. The convertible is pretty cool. It's actually my first convertible I've ever driven. I've owned a Targa Corvette before, but never driven the convertible. We were ripping around one day, and it was really a nice day with the top down. It was pretty cool. It retracts in 10 seconds. Anyways, guys, I think that does it for this little trip along the road here. Stay tuned. I am going to be driving the Nurburgring really soon, so in this car too. So stay tuned, subscribe, like, do all that good stuff. Help me out. I'm a broke student. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Ciao for now. Catch you later.